and welcome to another stream of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Alright, so we have died and have had to restart the game from scratch 10 times. This is my 11th attempt.
fucking mind, Lara?
We have no choice!
I'm not jumping out of this plane!
Come on! Come on! Jonah, you there? Oh, damn. Jonah, I'm out. Be careful, the way into the site is full of traps.
Trinity's not done with it yet.
They're protecting something.
6 weeks. Still no solid leads on who's leading the local Trinity cell. But I talked to some people in town, and they're excited. There's a VIP coming to the Day of the Dead. Name's Dominguez. We should look into it.
Jonah, I made it.
I'm on my way in. Almost there.
Sorry I didn't wait. Be careful.
Hello there, Ryu. How's things going, dude? Unskippable cutscene.
Beautiful.
Lara! Wow. Get a load of this place. Guess all that research paid off.
That's good to
Now we
hear,
know what
Ryu.
Trinity's
I'm
after.
glad that you're going well.
Yeah, they really didn't want us in here.
I'm glad we followed your father's notes.
Whether or not I do a stream of Tomb Raider 2013
saw
today
where the passage
depends
collapsed
on
on you back
a
then.
few factors. It
Want me to
depends
take over that
on
wound?
where
No,
I
I'm
die
fine.
in this attempt and how long it takes me to actually
What
die.
is all this?
It's currently 20 to 4 in the
This
afternoon.
inscription is some sort of riddle. Pink
If I
fish.
die in the
Pink
next,
Silver crown
half an hour to an hour, I'll probably restart again from scratch. But if I die
There's a
2 or
date
3
here.
hours from now, I'm not going to start from scratch today. I'll
Something's off.
jump over to the other Tomb Raider game.
Looks like it was damaged.
So I don't really
perhaps
know
intentionally.
every
Why would
Friday
Trinity sabotage this?
when I'll
They
be
usually just
streaming
destroy
Tomb Raider
everything.
2013. It
And
depends
now I think
on
the damage is older.
this playthrough and
Who would have done
whatever
that?
attempt I'm up to.
Lara! You gotta get out of here. Lara!
No, I have to get this.
Come on! Move! Move!
Hurry!
Come on!
If you hadn't dragged me out,
Still
I'd
can't
still
skip
be in
this
there taking
cutscene, by the way.
pictures.
We'd still be in there. Don't know if you'd be doing much.
Jonah.
Hey, you wanna freshen up? Regroup at the cafe? Dr. Dominguez is supposed to be there tonight.
Sounds good. I'll try and decipher the riddle, see if the date has anything to do with it.
Right. Pink fish, Silver Crown Mountains, I'll look into it. By the way, this cafe is supposed to have really good food. I know the chef.
I'm not very hungry.
After all of that, I'm starving.
Now we can skip.
Trinity's people are armed. I heard they brought in reinforcements.
I'll stay out of their way. I want to avoid what happened with the last cell we took down.
They must know we were at the other site. So much for a night off.
Where did Dominguez go?
He can't be far. He must be in the courtyard
Dominguez.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Let's look around.
someone must know something.
Hey, Sammy, how's it going?
It'd be so funny if I'm still doing attempts to get through this game from start to finish
Any
without
sign of
dying,
him?
and
Let's
I
keep
end up
looking.
still doing it when I'm up to Shadow of the Tomb Raider, my annual playthrough series.
I'm not really used to crowds.
You'd rather storm guards or the deathless?
No, this is fine. Jonah, he's at the gate.
I see him.
Unskippable cutscene. Yay, I love those in a playthrough like this.
Be sure I'm not followed.
I think I can find another way over the wall.
I'll take care of these guys. Hey, fellas, how you doing?
Good. You can't come through this way.
I heard there was some kind of a crazy fiesta, like chicks and skull makeup. Y'all know anything about that?
It's not for tourists.
It's not for
You know her.
tourists.
Maria invited me. You know her? She's my cousin. My
If you're a
brother.
tourist,
Don't look
stay
at me.
away.
So,
You're not allowed here,
I wanted to make like an offering.
'cause I said
What's
so.
that thing you do with the blankets? All right. You know what? I can see you guys are busy. I won't waste
I
any
can
more
see
of
you
your
guys are
time.
busy doing nothing.
Thanks for your service.
Piss off.
Keeping us safe.
Something I just want to check for a moment.
Jonah, I'm in.
Good. Those guards weren't at the gate earlier. Dominguez must suspect
Oh,
something.
good. I don't have it active. I just wanted to double check that I didn't have the channel point reward active for replaying a cutscene, but me doing the Arnie impression for all the characters. Because there's no way
Excuse
to
me.
do that in this game. It's not really the type of game where you can go, I'll reload this chapter.
You make contact with the High Consul, Commander.
Yes, sir. Even after the fiasco in Brazil,
No
no one
questions
questions your leadership of the organization.
Pardon?
Except me.
Yes, sir.
you're suck.
They're ready for anything.
The organization.
Jonah, Dominguez is
ruined
not
it.
just the leader of the cell. I think he's the leader of Trinity.
We need to be careful. Lara,
Yeah, I heard you.
Disculpe, señorita.
Drew, since you
My
rewatched
fault.
the Street Fighter movie, you decided to rewatch another early video game movie that isn't quite Mortal Kombat. And which one is that? Oh yeah,
Someone
Double
set
Dragon.
off a trap at the first site. We think it was Croft.
Wait,
What's wrong?
I want confirmation, Commander. No
No
more
more
guessing.
guessing. What do you think this is? A game of Guess
I'll
Who?
make sure we get visual confirmation.
Jonah,
Does
they might
he
have
look
noticed
like
me.
a bitch?
Try the back alley.
I'll find another way around.
Déjame enseñarte cómo hacerlo.
Doctor, son muchos de sus hombres.
You can never be too safe. You're very gracious. Thank you.
We should go. Yeah, this is Commander Rourke. Dominguez wants confirmation Croft is here. You have the photo. Female, Caucasian, early 20s. You got that?
Well,
Good. They'll find her.
good.
¡Lo siento!
Don't worry. Go. Play.
Before you get into your thoughts on the movie, you should add that the US VHS for the film starts off with the trailer for Street Fighter.
It's the key to our next phase.
If this is it, we'll be
It's like, hey, you're about to watch this movie, but here's a trailer for a better video game movie than the one you're about to watch.
Jonah, they've entered the dig site. It's fenced off and there's a guard at the gate. I'll find another way in.
I found a good spot. I'll watch the perimeter.
Alright, now we can run. Both were distributed by Universal, of course. Yeah. Everyone knows that. Just kidding. That's fair enough. It's funny too with Universal and other companies, studios like that, because sometimes it's dependent on country of release.
Would you get it over with already?
Any final words?
Wait. I'm a government official.
Any final words?
Not anymore, Mr. Lead Archaeologist.
I've got a word for you.
Your employment has
It's
been terminated.
Arrow.
Please, no.
Jonah,
skip
Trinity
to
just
Maloo.
tried to kill a local archaeologist.
Oh god.
I have to find what they're looking for.
Gabon. That's who they're looking for.
This is Commander Rourke. All teams, get ready for Operation Blackout.
The movie is by no means great. It's silly and campy, and a very loose adaptation of the classic beat 'em up. Yes, very, very loose adaptation. You could have called it Twin Fighters and, you know, changed the names of the characters, and it wouldn't have been thought of as, you know, a Double Dragon movie. I
know
love
this
how in
bit.
this game,
Be
short
sharp, I've got to
cutscenes are
make my way
skippable,
down.
but long ones aren't. I love that logic. So that being said, you can watch the film. Yeah,
Okay, this should work. All right.
Similar to Street Fighter and Super Mario
This is
Brothers
Commander
movies.
Rourke.
Yeah.
I want the site secured ASAP. When Dr. Dominguez arrives, we all go in together. All units,
Yo.
get ready. Dr. Dominguez is on his way down.
Damn, I better hurry.
Dr. Flamingo is on his way down. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I've got this. The statue is looking at that cave. This is it.
Really,
Jonah,
the early video game
I'm entering
movies
a
aren't
cave.
much to
We
get
may
angry
lose
about,
contact.
especially in retrospect.
Copy that.
They were testing the
I'll keep
waters
an
to
eye on
see if the
things down
genre
here.
could really work or not. This is true, and that was so long ago now as well, when those movies came out. I think over time, any movie, you know, can get to that point
This
where,
cave looks like it's
even if
usually
you're really
underwater.
against it when it came out, there just comes a time where you just don't really care anymore.
All right. What is this place?
It's a hotel. Grab this wooden bowl. Grab this. Yep, and there's also another perspective where you can't really hate on them. If you grew up watching them as a kid, and B, you were a huge fan of the games, therefore you can still find elements to like, yeah, this is true as well.
Holding cells.
There's also some movies that, you know, I haven't seen for a long time, but when I reminisce on them, I can still, you know, express how much I like them. I think too, sometimes things in the moment and in the decade or in the era feel important to the point of wanting to really, you know, really dig your heels in on how you feel about it. Kombat definitely got it right that Mortal Kombat Annihilation is truly awful. Exactly. Come on, The Rock. Give Lara some slack, jeez. Button mash time. Mashing buttons.
I have to find the temple Dominguez is looking for.
The plot of The Double Dragon is very simplistic, but so is the plot of the games. Granted, it would have helped if the movie is more faithful to the source material. Exactly true.
Jonah, I made it. I'm in
Not
an
like they were trying
underground
to adapt
temple.
something like Lord of the Rings. That has an insanely deep
That's not
story
good.
and everything to it.
Lara, Trinity's blasting their way in.
I can tell. It's causing tremors. There's a pyramid. I'm gonna get to the top.
Causing graboids.
Lara, how's it going?
Good. There are platforms that can help me reach the top.
You say that
Looking
this
for
problem isn't
something
exclusive
weigh
to the
them
film.
down.
Yeah.
You're breaking up. Got some activity here. I'm gonna get closer.
Closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. The animated series is also very heavily rooted in fantasy. Yeah. Yeah, I never saw that. Holy shit. In the cartoon, Billy and Jimmy get their powers by being born with the mark of the Double Dragon. Don't you hate when that happens, when you're born with the mark of a Double Dragon? Granted, the way they come about makes more sense than a certain video game movie that more or less tried to do the same concept recently. That's right, yeah, Mortal Kombat 2021. They also tried that kind of thing with The Mummy Returns as well, giving Rick O'Connell a tattoo on his wrist that we never saw in the first movie, and that signifies that he's the chosen one of a kind or something. Billy and Jimmy also wield swords that can also power them up. Coming up is the next prompt. Across we go.
Shit. Jonah, get to higher ground.
Oh no, you took it, didn't you?
Hurry.
They're on their way. Who?
If you don't mind if Billy and Jimmy had powers, but they should also be great masters of martial arts, very similar to Ryu and Ken. This is true. You'd think they would have done that.
Yeah, that's what the reinforcements.
It's not like they don't have access to the original source material or anything.
Yes, I heard you, okay? Dominguez is coming tonight. I get it. What I'm telling you is the rain is gonna flood it. What the fuck do you think I'm doing? Checking on the water pump right now. Okay. Let's make sure everything...
Everything's A-okay.
How's it going with that pump?
Come and help me get these lights ready.
Operation
don't wanna get
Blackout
these
has
lights
been
ready.
initiated. None of the local workers leave the site alive. Ah, fuck. We've planned for this. Make sure the perimeter's secure.
We planned for this, John. Have faith. Of course, in the movie, it's not too different with the Lee brothers fighting the villain over a magic medallion. This is true.
If Dominguez has to wait for us when he gets here, it's
Interesting
not
plot
gonna be
point.
pretty.
Status?
Status
Moving to next grid.
on fire. Ah, come on, guys, it's not that terrible. Just think of it as the barbecue. You don't mind mysticism in Double Dragon, but you do feel it kind of needs to be implied. Yeah. Not be too on the nose about it. Have to be quick.
Have to be quick.
Have to be quick. Same difference.
All right, let's dispose of the bodies.
I'll go
You.
see.
What was
Monitor
that?
the police band. Let us know when the
see.
gunshots get reported.
Do you see?
Rourke and the reinforcements are on
He
the way.
sees you.
I want everything ready when they get here.
Goddamn archaeologists. Glad to be rid of them.
Yeah, they've been trying to warm out our intentions here for ages. Something's up.
Checking it out.
Status? Almost loaded.
Status dead.
Copy that.
Oh.
Are those extra fuel canisters for the siege?
Yep, got here 5 minutes ago.
It's smart to store them that close to the wall.
Like I said, they've been dropped off. We'll move them deeper inside later tonight. I'll see what's up.
Inspectors are coming. Be ready. Domingue, wait.
Visual confirmed. It's Croft. Engage. Dominguez wants her alive. She's killing our people. Fuck. Copy that. Target sighted. Epsilon team.
Always hated helicopters.
We have an intruder. Need a better position.
Shit,
Jesus,
there's more of
something
them.
explode on your end?
Good thing I showed up.
More coming.
This bitch
one giving you so much trouble? Defensive position compromised.
Something's wrong. One of them is leaking.
Come in. We saw the flame spike. You okay?
I hope that's all of them.
For example, the final levels in Double Dragon 2 take place in a weird location that looks like the Outworld Tower from the Mortal Kombat movie. That's true, yeah. And you do have the clone of the character that you have to fight as well. It can be done, but you also need to be very respectful of the original game while still working as a standalone movie. Exactly, you need to get that balance. Hey there, Anglo. The way they represent military is embarrassing. Yeah, I guess there's that level of having to still make it gameplay logic versus the character's skill against the enemies, and then the enemy's skill, and how in video games you have to balance that out with the realism. But I think that given the experiences Lara has actually had and the combat experience she's gained over the years since the events of the first game in the trilogy, I think it's plausible that she'd be able to take on these kinds of enemies.
There she is! Stop!
Alright, another unskippable cutscene that goes for about 2 to 3 minutes. The plot of the movie is not great, but thankfully it moves pretty quickly, so it at least doesn't slog so much. Yeah, that's the other thing too, as well, the pacing of something. Hey there, Absolution, welcome. Howdy. You raided the tombs. Yep, we're back at this game again. On my 11th attempt to get through from start to finish without dying. Anglo, you moan, Rod corrects me, lol.
I think we're looking for a volcanic
Yeah, I
mountain.
don't know. It's hard though, because
The Crown of Silver is
I mean,
probably a band of clouds.
these other soldiers presumably had years of training, and some probably started years earlier than Lara did,
I
you
just
know what I
can't
mean?
get those people back
And
there
have
out
had
of
that
my head.
experience and stuff like that.
They lost
So maybe in
everything.
real life, you know, some of these soldiers would have killed Lara.
The riddle says, chase the heart
Absolution,
of the serpent
okay,
to
the mama
Silver
part
Crown
got you.
Mountain, where the
Yeah, that's
twins
something that is
confer.
completely unavoidable.
I wonder what
You
the
can't
twins are.
save that child, unfortunately.
This storm looks like bad
They always
news.
die,
It's
no
just
matter
all
what,
rain.
no matter how fast you are.
We'll concentrate on the cloudy mountain.
Cloudy Mountain. If we find it, how do we know we have the right one?
Gut feeling?
Just Google it.
It's our only clue. The mural says there'll be more disasters. The best way we can help them is to put a stop to it and Trinity.
Okay. But how do we really know?
Jonah, what I felt when I took the dagger.
You mean the tremors of the tsunami?
More than that. It felt like I woke something up. I know that it's not practical. I know that it's hard to believe, but you need to trust me.
We have to trust each other. Hey, I might have something over here.
Really? That's it!
I don't like this storm. Should we come back in the morning?
We're so close.
I guess a little turbulence wouldn't stop Trinity either.
Miguel, is there anywhere to land?
Yeah, I can put you down near Coagyaku.
Let's go.
Contact! It might get bumpy.
Shit!
What are you doing?
I'm gonna level it!
Hey there, Godfather Al. Not sure yet. This is my 11th attempt, and we're still early in the game, so depends on where I die next. Absolution, best sidekick companion in gaming. Yeah, Jonah's really cool, and I know that there's fans of Sam from the first game of the trilogy that wish she was included more, and I can totally get that and understand that. It is interesting how they wrote her out of the story. I know there's like a comic that covers the events after the game and before Rise, and in Rise there's also something that gets mentioned in the therapy sessions that Lara has about Sam, and how Lara essentially says, you know, Sam wouldn't want to see her even if you know,
Could be useful.
organized a meeting. So they kind of, you know, took, because Sam was Lara's best friend, you know, and then
I'll keep this for later.
Jonah became a best friend after the events of Yamatai. He's actually going to be in the animated series that they're doing. But the thing is, this game does a great job at giving
Where are they?
Jonah
I have to find them.
a great character to be with, like Abby, and my instinct is telling me that for the animated series, they're not going to have Abby involved. So they'll probably write something where Jonah and Abby didn't work out somehow. But they also said that Zip is going to be in it too,
The Silver Crown Mountain.
which is interesting
I'm getting
because there's
closer.
actually 2 different versions of Zip. So I don't know if this animated
Someone's
series
over
is
there.
going to
I have
do
to get to them.
an adaptation of any of those 2 Zips, or if they're going to do a completely new from the ground up version. Just have to wait and see. Anglo graphics are really good. You played this on the PS4, but it looks better on your PS5. Yeah.
Howlers.
There's a lot of games from 2018 that still look pretty good. Absolution. You feel you when it comes to comics, they are usually ignored. Just like the Injustice games. Yeah. See, I didn't really know about what happened between Lara and Sam in the comics, like
Fire.
just playing
Someone
Rise of
must
the
be
Tomb
around.
Raider,
Hello?
listening to
Jonah?
those therapy sessions
Miguel,
was what
can you hear me?
made me know
Where are you?
that there was something that happened between them, but not the specifics. But even though I'm not a comic book reader, I don't mind when that kind of information is done in a comic book. But if there's a major character that is a villain and you build them up to be this great threat in the story of the
Part
games,
of the plane
and then
landed
you're
here.
like,
My gear
let's
is
kill
in
off
that
the
cargo.
character, let's
I'll need
kill
to
off
cut it down.
the villain in a comic book, and then never address that in any of the games.
Won't be able to open that
it's
without
like
a tool.
a bit of a dick move. And
Maybe a piece
that's what
of
happened
scrap
with
from the wreck.
Assassin's Creed. The villain Juno was killed off in a comic book. But in Origins and Odyssey and Valhalla, there's no mention of Juno having been killed.
Damn
So
it.
if you never read the comics and never found out that information, you wouldn't know that Juno was killed. You would probably be expecting at some point for the character to return, which is never going to happen now, because she's dead. So I was like, dumb move there. Hey there, Fewer. Welcome to you. I hope things are going well. There we go, dealt with that eel. At least it's not a piranha. So yeah, if you're going to kill off a character in a comic book, make sure they're a character that, you know, didn't really have any importance in the original source material. Absolution. To be honest, the comic book you have read are the Injustice games, comic book games. Oh, so did they? Because the games were the first iteration of Injustice, weren't they? And so did they do a comic book, or was it the other way around? Oh, it was both, was it Absolution? Yeah. this. So I don't know when or if today I'll be doing another stream for the 10th anniversary of Tomb Raider 2013. It's all dependent on how I go with this game today. Alright, we just need one more of those salvage crates. Boom, there we go. At least I think so, unless I missed one. Yep, here we go. Alright, you can't actually go to sharpen your knife until you interact with this.
Good, but it's dull. I need to find something to sharpen it.
Then the game lets you actually upgrade it.
I didn't know the storm would hit so hard.
Inventory.
This is all my
Upgrade that.
fault. I should have listened
Change
to
the
Jonah,
outfit to the
thought
outfit
it
that I
through.
like, plus the outfit
never
benefits
should
for
have
it are
taken
good
that dagger.
in this playthrough.
I hope no one
Health
else
regenerates
is
more
hurt.
quickly during breaks
No
in
other
combat,
village
and fire and
destroyed.
stumble resistance. Resist fire damage and get knocked down
I
less
need
often in
to
combat.
stop these cataclysms before it's too late.
Absolution for the first game they follow after the first events, and for the second they tell you what happened
That should
prior.
be sharp enough.
Ah, okay. That's an interesting way to do it, like when you do stories that are set in between two other ones.
Something's still holding the supplies up. Yes! Now I can get my gear back.
There we go, that's better.
Miguel? I don't like this. Miguel? Where are you?
Absolution, alright sir, I'll see you when you see you, which will be in 5 hours or less. Till then, bye, see you soon, whatever. That's okay, Absolution. I hope you have a good rest. Unless that's not what you're going to do. But whatever you're doing, I hope it goes well. And I'll definitely still be streaming. Whether it's this game still, depends on whether I die or not. And when I die. But you might be seeing me play either this or the 2013 game. But either way, catch you next time, Absolution.
Miguel?
Oh, nice. Awesome. Well, hope you have a good rest.
Holy shit. No, oh God.
This is Lara's top
Got
speed.
to be
at the moment.
careful here.
Forced walking moment. Down we go. Jaguar fight time.
Yes, that's it.
Hate the dodging in this fucking game. Better in Rise.
It's working.
Skip cutscene. See you next time, Absolution.
That's part of the wreckage. Jonah!
Viewer, it's your turn to sleep, bloke. Best of luck with the no death run here. You got a good feeling in your bad knee that you got it this time, mate. Well, thank you so much, viewer. I definitely do hope so. It'd be good to get this playthrough sorted. Thank you so much for dropping in, viewer. I hope you have a really good sleep as well. Thank you so much for leaving the lurk too, dude.
I think we can see the village through the vines over there.
I'm glad you stayed at the crash site.
Well, if you were out there, I wanted you to be able to find me. I had a flare gun, so...
Yeah, I think Miguel was heading toward it when...
Poor guy.
It's such a relief to have Jonah back, especially after Miguel. At least Jonah didn't ask what happened. The Jaguars.
We can get through here. Give me a hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kuwakyaku. Let's run down there and jump.
It must
Not-
be Kwakyaku. We have to get down there.
You sure this is a path?
Come on, stay close to me.
This is definitely not a path.
If you want to make it look like Jonah goes off the edge, not here on this particular part,
Oh,
but if you want to make the next part where they get
Almost
to
there.
solid ground,
almost there.
if you want to
Where
make
have you been?
Jonah look like he's going to fall off, what you do is, when Lara reaches the spot
Oh, gotcha.
after this point,
You're right.
you make sure you don't
I'm
move
okay.
Lara at all,
Just a couple more
because
steps.
it forces Jonah to have to walk behind her if you just stay where she's put.
You're all right.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
So at this point, if you don't move Lara, Jonah will go around behind her and almost go off the edge, but then correct himself.
Who do you think built all this?
It could have been the Inca. They knew a lot about hydraulics.
The bridge is down. Maybe we could lift it with those counterweights.
Maybe.
I don't think I've got this up enough to do this.
I can't
No.
figure out
Hope
what
that
this
the structure
means.
Not to worry.
is built, 'cause we're on our way to that village.
Me too.
Right, we're going to go down there anyway, because the game doesn't let you succeed at this straight away.
I bet this water is drinkable.
You want to try it?
I think I'll stick to the bottles you found in the cargo from the plane. Hey, that did something. I think the water powers the bridge somehow.
It's too heavy. Give me a hand.
The water's filling the bucket.
Good. Let's see what those counterweights do.
See? The prompt won't appear.
The bucket's leaking.
Come on
That lets
back.
you know
We'll try again.
that you can connect the two rope spots. It's funny when games are programmed to make you fail the first time on purpose. Laplace, thank you so much for the follow.
I can't hold it much longer.
Okay, Jonah. You can
Now
let
the
go.
game lets that work.
That's it. Let's get across.
We're getting closer to the village.
I can't wait to get back to civilization. These are different from the ruins in Mexico. Do your dad's notebook say anything about Peru?
No. I mean, there is supposed to be a secret city of gold in Peru. Paititi. Every treasure hunter on Earth is looking for it. But Dad's notes stop in Mexico. Like he lost interest or...
Or?
I don't know. The next volume picks up in Syria. I found something. There might be a way in.
If it's not civilization, I'll wait here by the fire.
Alright, so I go off and do this challenge tomb because the skill that we get from doing it will come in handy.
This gear is
Forced
early
walking
20th
situation.
century.
Now it's over.
There's someone there.
What an incredible sight.
That is bullshit. I'm not counting that. That was absolute bullshit. The height was right. There was no reason why Lara should not have grabbed there. And it's not one of those games where you have to press a button to make Lara grab either. So I'm not counting that fucking death. Had plenty of momentum to make the jump as well. Absolute fucking bullshit. Plus Lara's speed actually gets automatically reduced slightly before she grabs the edge as well. So anything in these challenges that is the game's actual fault in programming or anything like that, I don't count that as a death. There's actually a few jumps where no matter how much momentum you get, the game will automatically change Lara's speed at which she's going through the air to create the illusion that she's going to fall, because they want to give you the suspenseful feeling that Lara's about to die when she's not. You know what I mean?
Something just moved up ahead. They must have abandoned this place in the middle of building it. That should hold. Made it.
Hey there, Anasune. How's things going? Well, that's excellent, Anasune. I'm glad that you're going well. I'm going pretty good. Just had a death happen that was in no way, shape or form my fault. It was the game's fault. So that's always fun when that happens, especially in a challenge like this.
God damn it!
Now to find my way out.
Eagle's Perch. Increase climbing skills to traverse the environment with more speed. Anasune, yeah, you love dying to things out of your control, like being shot while out of combat in Unity. Such a lovely experience. Yeah. Or games where the enemy is right next to you, and they're allowed to move around, but the game wants your character to not move straight away. That's always fun too as well. Actually, there's a moment in this game where Lara's fighting the Jaguar, and sometimes it puts you right... Like, sometimes it has the Jaguar circle around Lara at a point where you can't even control her yet. So that means you can potentially get hit by the Jaguar when you can't even move Lara to dodge out of the way. No, I'm not counting that death either. I fucking bloody pressed the button when the prompt was on the fucking screen. So if the prompt appears on the screen at a point that allows you to actually do the fucking thing, why the fuck does the game not fucking bloody register your fucking button press? See, it's shit like this that really fucking pisses me off. See, I did it again. Nothing fucking wrong with what I'm doing. The game is just being a fucking cunt. Oh, now it works. Hey, Harbinger. How the hell do you throw a weapon to an enemy in AC Revelations Xbox controller? You didn't even know this function existed until 2023? Yeah, it's something that I don't really use that often, but it is cool that you can throw weapons that are like the axe and that against enemies. It's so satisfying. Anasuna. I mean, it's not bad if you're supposed to lose to progress the game, but still, this is true. Yeah, especially if they're doing it so that the character is story-wise in a moment where they're getting their ass handed to them. And it's supposed to happen, you know. It's like those moments in games where you're chasing a character, but the game doesn't want you to actually catch them because the character doesn't get caught until the cutscene happens.
You find anything?
Another of those Maya altars, and
what?
an old camp gone to
Jones
ruin.
like, did you find anything? And
We should
Lara's
keep
like,
going.
yes, I found
Right.
that there's some bullshit that this game's pulling. Alright, so this is that moment coming up I was talking about where the Jaguar will sometimes circle around
Jonah,
Lara
help me with this.
when you can't even move Lara straight away. It's after we shoot the flare. This moment here, I can't move Lara's position yet. And they have the Jaguar circle around like that. Now I can move, and by the time the game lets me move, the Jaguar is already in the pounce attack. Fun, not. Good thing I didn't press the X button too early, otherwise we would have been dead.
Impossible. I can't carry anymore.
I'm not going to, but I should make it a rule that every time
I don't have enough space for that.
the game makes Lara die through bullshit, that means that if I do die from something that I do, that I can let it slide because that's, you know, because the game's disadvantaging me. But I'm not going to do that, though. I'm not going to do that. I could do that, but I'm not going to do that. Just like I could do this on New Game Plus, but I'm not going to do that. Because New Game Plus,
All full up.
in a
Can't
challenge
carry
like
anymore.
this, only helps you as far as, like, early combat situations. It doesn't help you from instant death moments. So, I mean, maybe I could put it on, but it doesn't matter.
All full up. Can't carry
Alright,
anymore.
flashback time.
Are you okay?
Help me with this.
When I can skip, that is.
Your back looks bad.
To claim her treasure, the adventurer Lara Croft must outwit the king, reach the Forbidden Tomb,
and
solve the mystery of the White Queen. The way will be fraught with trials.
Lara, are you doing your maths homework?
The adventurer should not dally any longer. In a minute, Dad!
It's like maths homework. Why do that when you can have fun?
High walls of the castle beckon, taunting. Strange beasts cross our hero's path. Hard to tell if they're bloodthirsty. the White Queen.
It's cool that
Locked
they
away,
gave you things in this
not
flashback
forgotten.
to actually interact with that actually give you XP. So that was a good
The
idea.
excavation will soon reveal the secrets of this site. Looks like there's something up there in the crow's nest. A test of skill. Our hero will need a bullseye to weigh down that basket. The treasure is revealed. The floor gives way. Lara tumbles into the darkness.
Big giant bunny rabbits. Gotta watch out for them. King Arthur and his knights
Now
learnt
for
the hard
real
way
treasure in the forbidden tomb.
not to underestimate a rabbit.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Our hero must be quiet.
And sometimes Daffy
to
Duck
avoid alerting
learns the
the
hard
king.
way not to underestimate a rabbit either.
Any publicity? No,
What
my
does
interest
Lara
is
have
in
to
the
do with
work.
any of this?
Any
She's
publicity?
in her room doing her homework.
She hasn't much time. The King's Guard will never expect Croft to climb the castle. The castle tower is taller than she thought.
Anakin, it's just a harmless little bunny, isn't it?
Our hero continues
It really
climbing,
is.
looking for
There's
another way
nothing
in.
dangerous or deadly about it at all.
Our hero spies another entrance.
Unless you have a holy hand grenade.
Shoo! Go on! Ugh.
I don't have it active for
Lara
this game because there's no
confronts
way
the
to accommodate it,
extraordinary
but
height and danger
I've got a channel point
and pushes it
reward
from
that
her
I
mind.
added that means when it's redeemed, in games where I can actually choose to replay missions, which this game isn't, I can't select a chapter or whatnot from a menu in this particular game, but just a heads up
Almost there.
that that'll be something that will be for some games. And essentially what it is when it gets redeemed, I replay a mission, but with just the music.
She recovers
So
her
no
footing
dialogue and no
and her
audio
goal.
from like
Now,
sounds and stuff,
onward
just
to
the music
forbidden
itself.
tomb. These parapets are damaged. She'll have to squeeze through.
Because due to the nature of it, it means that I literally have to replay the whole mission again. The cooldown period for it will actually be longer than half an hour. It'll be an hour cooldown on that one.
She's so close. She can almost touch it.
Because if I had it
But
any
an
less,
invisible
then
force
it
field
would
stands in her
break
way.
up the
There
gameplay
must
too
be
much in
another
terms of
entrance.
like current story progression.
Our fearless adventurer has reached the summit.
But I'm streaming Assassin's Creed Revelations tomorrow, so that'll be a game that'll be active for, because I can replay memories slash missions slash quests slash things in that.
At last, she spots a way in below. She will have to be careful. Why do I do these stupid things? Shit! Ah! Croft chuckles at her audacity. She's close now. At last, she enters the Forbidden Tomb. With light, unlock her love's release. It worked.
It's one of those things too, where I'm not sure myself with how to do that move, because it's been ages since I've actually used it in any of the games. Especially in Ezio's games. I don't know if you can do it in Assassin's Creed 3, maybe you can. Alright, so that's set up now so that the beams of light will hit them straight away.
Croft has entered the Forbidden Mezzanine. She'll have to be careful. I haven't seen some of these artifacts before. The great bat's wings unfurl. The knight's shield reflects the light beam.
Alright, so now that's done, we need to go back over to the globe
Trapped.
here and just, you can move either one, it doesn't matter. You just need to move it out of the position that it's in.
With light, unlock her love's release.
Well, the next scene is very emotional, and whenever I'm doing a playthrough where I'm running through the story and haven't, you know, died before and not going to skip a cutscene, etc. It is one that's very, you know, important. But for the purposes of this playthrough, I wish I could actually skip it, but we can't skip this next cutscene.
Her heart pounding, our hero crosses the threshold into the unknown. These are Mum's things.
The path was dark and is guarded by bats, said the Red Knight. The White Queen regarded him with a curious smile and said,
Bats! I'm not afraid of bats. I'm not afraid of anything. Tell me about this.
You and me are riding a T-Rex in Egypt.
Where's Daddy?
At work.
Amelia, this is very, very important. cannot abandon my responsibilities just on the verge.
You are always on the verge. Your obsession is destroying this family.
Obsession? I'm upset.
You are missing your daughter's childhood because you're always in some tomb on the other side of the world. Why can't you be happy with what you have?
Oh, for goodness sake, you don't have to deal with it.
Dad?
Please, for goodness sake, you've got to understand. This is probably the most important one I've arrived at. Well, okay, what do? I have to...
Dad? Dad! Dad! Come on. Please, Dad. Wake up. Dad. Don't leave me.
Morning.
Yeah, Anakin is quite a moment. I mean, Lara losing her mother was, you know, bad enough. And then to have that happen as well. And she's only 9 years old too at the time when her father gets killed. And for years she thought that he committed suicide, but it wasn't the case. So the game wants you there to actually change into this upper body and this lower body. But if you don't want that, you just have to exit out of the campsite and then go back in, and then you'll be able to change it back to whatever outfit you had before. Hey there, Matthew. I hope things are going well.
All full up. Can't carry anymore.
What is it, Anasune? What's the joke?
There's a...
Someone should check back there.
I'll do it.
Put her right there.
Make sure nothing can get through. I want this whole area sealed off.
Yes, sir.
If there's anything
What did the
here,
man
we're
say
gonna
after
find it.
climbing a staircase at the mall?
When's the last time this thing was serviced? This is rusty. Don't get distracted.
Not actually sure.
What are we looking for?
Well,
here?
that escalated
Anything
quickly.
that moves. Anything that doesn't.
They still didn't find that relic. I'd love to be the guy that does.
Me.
Why not?
That's a
Be
good one.
hero.
I'll be dead more likely. No thanks. I'll keep sitting here looking for hostiles.
It's quiet. What's your team doing?
I'll check.
That's one of
Without
those
paying
sections
the
where if
sights,
you go out in
have to
the
go
open,
under.
it's instant death.
We know there's the main temple. What we're looking for is any smaller ruins we might have missed before.
Okay.
It's funny how they can't hear the squishing sound
Really wedged
of
in there.
Lara
Afraid if we
and
move it, we'll
Jonah
lose it.
We're gonna have to
crawling
reinforce
on the
it.
mud.
It's hard to find something to brace against.
Why didn't you test the bridge like I told you?
Oh, I'm pretty sure we did test the bridge first.
Now, fuck off.
I'm not covering for you. Maybe we can pull it out. Okay, maybe. Let me think about that.
We can take them.
All right.
Don't think, feel.
You go left. I'll take these guys.
What in God?
Hide.
Dave, Sammy.
Dave and Sammy cannot answer you right now, or ever again.
Dave, Dave.
Alright, this next bit has a cutscene. You can skip this. Lara just basically kills the dude.
Yeah.
How they know to come here?
I don't know.
Not exactly the civilization I was hoping to run into. My arm is so itchy.
Yeah, Matthew, what's the question?
I might have liked it better when it was injured.
Oh, I know. I'm just trying not to think about my back.
Nice. Any idea what the twins in that riddle are?
Could be anything. A pair of monuments or mountains or streams.
I suppose we'll know when we see it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I see people down there.
You made it to
I'll let you do the talking.
Kwakiaku. Matthew, how come you started your Red Dead 2 stream so late last night? It's one of those things where I sort of wasn't really feeling in the mood to stream. And,
Friends.
I was sort of like looking at YouTube stuff, and I guess I got into the rabbit hole of YouTube for a little bit. But I was wanting to just chill out and not jump into streaming straight away. Yeah, Matthew, it's one of those things too. I think, you know, every streamer, like, obviously there's some streamers who it's their only, like, it's their job kind of thing, you know what I mean? So it's understandable that they want to put in as many hours as possible. The reason I have streamed, you know, long streams is just really because I have the time to be able to, and juggling it with doing other things and stuff like that, and you know, sometimes I just get so into the groove of a game that the stream will go for like, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours and stuff. But then there's some days where I'm just like, I don't really feel like doing a 6-hour stream sometimes even. Anasune, something you find funny in Liberation, you don't know why, is using the lady outfit and beating the shit out of guards in a dress. Yeah, that's the thing about Liberation, which I really liked, was the 3 different quote-unquote personas that Aveline could take on, and how each one had a pro and a con, and when you were forced to actually have her in one versus the other, how that changed the difficulty sometimes of, maybe not even always the difficulty of, you know, anything related to combat or something, but just the difficulty of navigating and traversing in terms of like figuring out which way to take. Because obviously when Aveline is wearing the dress, they made it that she can't climb buildings. So if you're trying to get to a certain location, you have to figure out the pathway based on the ground and any ramps that you can walk up, stuff like that. That's actually a system that I think could be used in a setting that otherwise people might think is not suitable for Assassin's Creed setting. Like, as soon as anyone mentions Assassin's Creed set in the Wild West, the immediate thought is, oh, that's just Red Dead Redemption then. Or, you can't do that, because why would someone in the Wild West era go around wearing a hood? Wouldn't people be suspicious? And it's kind of like, that's where a persona system would come in handy. But not only that, in that example, the way I would see it done
You want to make a deal?
Huh.
the assassins had to adapt, right? The Templars can go out and just do what they want, dressed how they want. They don't need to worry about, you know, that kind of stuff. And to an extent, the assassins don't either. You know, it would actually aid in infiltration if they were just wearing regular attire, just like the Templars are. You know, so that's one aspect that you could focus on. It's like, you know, the assassins wouldn't necessarily wear that. However, a way to have them wear the outfit would be at night time. So have certain missions that take place at night. Like, for example, you might have a mission that takes place during the day. You need to find out the whereabouts of a target and where they're located. And as part of the story, the character might be like, it's probably best to do this at night time. And so if you do it at night time, which you would have to in some places, that's when the assassin would wear the hood outfit to make it, you know, easier during the night to conceal themselves and stuff. But the other side of things for my idea would be that you bring back the persona system so that during the day you can have the assassin character infiltrate gangs by dressing like, you know, a gang. Especially if you were able to kill a gang member and then take their clothing, you know what I mean, and use that for infiltration. So I think if there was ever a time period that would be good in Assassin's Creed to use a persona system again, it probably would be one set in the Wild West as well. Matthew, yeah, I get that, but was just curious and hoping nothing went wrong. Well, that's okay, Matthew. I appreciate wanting to ask for that reason. But yeah, things were fine.
Thank God. The storm barely affected the village. The epicenter was closer to the plain. But it could have been much worse. What have I done? What if the earthquake hits here? Hundreds of people will die. I need to find a way to stop it.
Sune, like a lethal Batman. Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those things, like, I wouldn't expect an Assassin's Creed game set in the Wild West era to have assassins going out and about during the day wearing the assassin hood and everything. You know, because it would just look so out of place for that.
I know it sounds silly given everything.
But if you incorporate the assassins understanding this themselves, you know, and realizing that with this change in era, they need to also change how they present themselves and stuff. Because you still want the assassin to wear the outfit, you know what I mean? But some might feel that the restriction to only letting you wear the outfit at night time would be, you know, difficult. that's where it would have to be a balance of missions that take place during the day versus during night. And have sometimes it's up to the player choice as well. Like maybe if you have the assassin outfit during the day, it just makes it more difficult to go by unnoticed. You know, there might be gameplay penalties for that during the day. Anasune, who said every assassin wears a hood? She wears a hat which would fit more in Wild West. Aveline, you mean? Exactly, Anasune. You know, that's the thing about what Aveline actually wears, is that tricorn hat. And there's ways that you can make the style of clothing for that era match in a way as well. Because let's face it, you know, when you think about Wild West, it wasn't just always hot, you know what I mean? Like, there would have been moments where it was cold. So, I mean, you have characters wearing, like, you know, jackets and stuff like that. So,
excellent choice.
you could just stylize the jacket in a way that still gives you assassin vibes, but isn't fully
I'm always ready to do business.
unrealistic in terms of like the setting.
Jonah, I found Incan ruins, but I think the foundation of the temple is older.
Yeah, Abby remembered where she saw that symbol. It's inside the temple somewhere.
Great. Tell her thank you for me.
I'm right here.
Another game in the series that I think the Persona system could have been brought back for would be
right there, Lara.
a game set in Japan. And, you know, you could have the samurai persona and the assassin persona. And then you could have like a third persona if you wanted to. Or you could just have the two different personas, you know. And then what would happen is, when there's a Templar target who's a samurai, part of the mission would be to kill a samurai. Or you could also weave it into the backstory that the character used to be a samurai. And then use that to their advantage, where they can infiltrate the Templars, who are samurai, to get information that they need and to assassinate the target. And then get out of that outfit once the assassination's over, so that they can go back into hiding, kind of thing. And now we have another cutscene that we can't skip, even though there's nothing really going on in terms of like QTEs or anything like that.
Ishal and Shakshal, the twins come together.
I mean, it is difficult to not think about other games when a series decides to go into a similar location or time period.
What?
Abby said not to break anything.
I'm not breaking it. I'm restoring the original.
But to then say
Someone
that
was
no
trying
other
to
game
hide
is
it.
allowed to afterwards ever again choose that setting is a bit short-sighted. A bit ridiculous too as well.
The twins come together before following the
So like if you
path
set
of
an
the
Assassin's Creed
living.
game during World War II, obviously people would say, oh, it's just a Call of Duty clone. But is it really though?
That thing in Mexico.
This must lead
Like
to
I
the
haven't
next
played all the
clue.
Call of Duty games, so I don't know, but I don't remember many
See what else I
stealth
can find.
situations
Sounds good.
in those sorts of games. Maybe there is, because I've only played Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. I haven't played any other ones. So I don't know how many stealth moments there might be in Call of Duty versus non-stealth moments over the whole series. And all that kind of stuff. But other franchises are allowed to set themselves in a time period that other games have already done. You know.
The twins. Life and death.
If that was a rule, so to speak,
Jonah, I found
God
the
of War
temple.
2018 wouldn't have been allowed to use Norse mythology because there were games before it that used Norse mythology.
Damn.
You see where that kind of thinking
Trinity
gets
already
very
there,
limiting
trying to
creatively,
blast
because it's
their
like,
way in.
oh, we can't
gonna
do
take a
this
closer look.
setting because this game already did it. Therefore, no other game for the rest of eternity is allowed to cover that same time period. I mean, the whole thing with the Assassins and the Templars anyway, no matter the time period, is this idea that they exist not just in only specific time periods. It's not like the Assassins go, well, for the next 100 years we can't do anything because the time period doesn't match Same with the Templars. They don't go, well, we can't be Templars for this next 50 years because the current era doesn't really match us. You know what I mean? Both groups continue existing and continue doing what they do, no matter what time period it is.
Dr. Dominguez is here in Peru.
So with that logic in mind, any location around the world at any point in history can be the setting for an Assassin's Creed game. The question just becomes, how do you do it in a way that keeps the identity of the series? You know.
Those drones were He wants us to search in water? Wants us
The commander will get things back on track.
The commander. Commander Rourke's a piece of shit.
Command, this is Dock Station. Operation Lone Wolf underway. Drones have been launched. They're 5 miles downriver. Signal is strong. I'll let you know if they find anything. Out. That wasn't very long.
Or Fulab again, Galini Moore. Thanks for redeeming that, Harbinger. For anyone who hasn't played this game before and is wondering about the highlighted enemies in yellow and red, if an enemy is highlighted yellow, it means that the other enemies around can't actually see that particular enemy, which means it's safe for you to actually kill them. Whereas if they're highlighted red, it means that the other enemies can actually see that particular enemy you might want to kill. But sometimes it's a bit unreliable because they will be yellow when you actually press the button to quote-unquote assassinate them, but as the animation for killing them starts, the status will change to red. So you still have to be a bit careful. Obviously you don't have to do this part stealthily, but I try to just for the XP sake. Because not only do you get XP for each stealth kill, but if you finish a section with all stealth kills, you'll also get some XP as a bonus.
Executing sweep. I've got it good.
There we go. Final enemy in this section. Anasune, you're going to lurk while you have your dinner. Be right back. That's okay, Anasune. Thank you for leaving the lurk, and I really hope you enjoy your dinner as well.
All full up. Can't carry any more.
Lara, you okay?
Yeah, there's a Trinity base here.
Hey, Jonah,
I said don't break anything.
I said don't break anything.
Hey, Abby, I can explain. I'll get back to you later, Lara. Don't do anything crazy.
All full up. Can't carry any more.
Any idea why we're sealing everything up? Because Commander Rourke said to hold the perimeter. No one goes in or out.
I know that, smartass. But you know why?
That's above my pay grade. When the recon team gets here, maybe they'll be able to tell us something.
Porvenir, this is Commander Rourke. Have you achieved lockdown?
We're almost there. All access points are covered, and most of the barricades are finished.
Almost isn't good enough. Secure the perimeter now, and make damn sure it's locked tight.
Aye, sir. If I could ask, sir...
If I can ask, sir...
This fucking place.
To handle this.
Damn it, she's hunting us! We gotta find out what's going on. Shit!
Focus. Focus.
Okay, the perimeter's locked down. All we have to do is wait for the recon team.
Doesn't it seem a little weird to you? What was that?
Heading over there now. Those were good men. Are.
Jonah, Commander Rourke is here in Peru. He ordered Trinity to lock down a dig site below an old oil well.
You going to check it out?
Yeah, I'll see what they found. Rourke was there in Cozumel when Dominguez took the dagger. They must have figured out the next step to the hidden city. There's been a bloodbath here. What happened? Impossible. I can't carry anymore. Jonah, I made it inside the temple.
I think we found something here too. Some numbers. I'm gonna clear it off.
The numbers on the pillars look like the first half of dates. Ishal on the left, Shakshal on the right. Steady now. Damn, I should have known. Too close. Another door. There must be more to this. Hey Jonah, any progress?
There's an incomplete date and a depiction of Shakshel.
I have 2 dates here, and Ishel. I think I've seen the date on the left somewhere. The photo from Cozumel. Maybe there's a clue. Okay, Jonah. What's the final number for Shakshel?
A line across with 2 dots on top of it. 7, I think.
Thanks. That's it. Jonah.
Hey, Lara. It's Abby.
Oh, hey, Abby. I found a mural. It seems to depict some kind of journey. Entering through a jaguar mouth follows a serpent toward a silver eye.
Uh-huh.
On the way, there's a spider.
Yeah. Cat sculpture, big teeth. Oh, here. He's back.
Lara, you okay?
Yeah, I'm heading back.
Good. I think you're gonna like this.
This describes something nearby. 2 guardians have fangs. 2 guardians have feet. 1 guardian has both to better protect me. This is great.
Alright, so next up we have a section where there's piranhas. The eels in this game, if you get grabbed by them underwater, at least there's a way to get rid of them when the QTE pops up. However, with the piranhas, once they lock on to Lara, it's instant death. If you hide in the seaweed beds, you can actually hide from them. However, you can't hide there for too long though, because Lara's oxygen will run out. So you have to sort of like contend with not only the instant death from the piranhas, but also dying because of Lara not having enough oxygen to breathe underwater while you're waiting for the piranhas to swim by. Fuck you, game. Fuck you. I need to clip that. Death 11 out of probably 100. That's the first time in this playthrough I've died to the piranhas. So somewhere my timing was off. Probably when Lara got stuck in that first section where I had to hide from the piranhas. Alright. Decision time. Do I try again in this stream, or jump over to my other Tomb Raider playthrough I'm doing, and then get back to this next week? So it took me 2 hours to get up to this part of the game, so it would potentially take me another 2 hours to get to that, which would bring me to 7:42 p.m., almost 8 p.m. No. What I'm going to do is get back to this next week and take a break, and then come back with the 2013 game to continue celebrating that game's 10th anniversary. Because I could restart this, spend another 2 hours getting to this point again, and then, you know, end the stream anyway, but because it's 2 hours into a stream when I died versus an hour or just 30 minutes, if I died 30 minutes into the stream, then I would have restarted and did another attempt. If I died an hour into it, maybe, but 2 hours into it, plus it would take another 2 hours to get back to this point. I'm just going to leave it till next week. So that is the end of the Shadow of the Tomb Raider stream for this week. The next stream of this will be next week. I'll start from scratch again and try from the start. I just want to thank everyone for watching this stream. I'm going to take a break for 15 minutes, and when I come back, we're going to be looking at some more behind the scenes stuff for Tomb Raider 2013. I don't know if I'll get to actual gameplay yet, because I'm also covering the comic book prequel as well, but I organized and had a look at some videos to compile to actually stream, so I'll do that in about 15 minutes time. And then depending on how long that takes, I might actually, you know, get to the playing of the game today. But I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. Yeah, Anakin was so damn annoying. So it took me 10 deaths and restarts, 6 streams to get to a point where I actually died due to piranhas. Zareth, you do like how this Lara does seem to not be so flawless, and she does have a tough time with some things. Take a breath on no death, methinks. Yeah, it's just different eras as well. The way that characters were written and stories and games were conveyed in 1996 versus, you know, now are very different. Anakin, GG anyway. Thanks for the stream. Better luck next time. That's okay, Anakin. Definitely we'll try again next week. See how we do. But yeah, I would just stick with this game, but here's what I've got this year to do. I've got to do 3 playthroughs of Tomb Raider 2013 back to back to celebrate its 10th anniversary before the year ends. And I have to do my annual playthrough of the series before the year ends, which means Tomb Raider 96, Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 3, Tomb Raider Last Revelation, Tomb Raider Chronicles, Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, Tomb Raider Legend, Tomb Raider Anniversary, Tomb Raider Underworld, Tomb Raider 2013, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider in my annual series run to get all done before the year ends. So I can't afford to just solely focus on this game alone in this challenge for however long it might take. So instead, that's why I'm doing split streams of Tomb Raider stuff, so I can get the other stuff done and get a head start on it while still doing this as well. So yeah, we'll get back to this next week and give it another attempt. But the next stream you'll see from me in about 15 minutes time will be watching some behind the scenes for Tomb Raider 2013. Hey there, Nemesis. You might buy Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It's on sale, Definitive Edition. That'd be good, Nemesis. It's definitely a good game. As much as I get angry at the game for this challenge, it is still a great game. I really do like the game a lot. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I will be back in 15 minutes with some behind the scenes to watch for Tomb Raider 2013 to celebrate its 10th anniversary. And can you think Epic Games gave it for free twice, did they? That's cool.